Allison, and I'm a certified group fitness instructor for Penn State Campus Recreation Fitness and Wellness. So today I have a little bit of a Pilates workout that you can do without any equipment in the space of your own home. So all you'll really need is a nice open area, so move any furniture out of the way if you need to. Just make sure you have some space to move around on. If you have an ab mat or a yoga mat, that type of thing on hand, I would recommend you use it, but it's not absolutely necessary. You can just as easily use a towel or a carpeted area, really anything that's comfortable for you to be doing movements on your back and in planks and that type of thing. Just make sure you have comfortable clothes to work out in. You can be barefoot for Pilates, or you can wear sneakers. If you decide to wear socks, just make sure that you're not on an area that you'll easily slip on, since we will be doing a bunch of different movements, so you don't want anyone getting hurt. So that being said, make sure that you are listening to your body throughout this workout. Make any modifications that you need. I'll try to give progressions and regressions as we go through. But if you feel any pain, dizziness, discomfort, or shortness of breath, stop what you're doing right away and take a little bit of a break. But other than that, feel free to cue your favorite playlist, whatever you like to work out to, and we'll go ahead and get started. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position on our mat or whatever space that you're working with today. Just make sure, again, you have some space in front of you and behind you. But go ahead, sit up tall. You can cross your legs for now if that's comfortable. Go ahead and roll your shoulders down and away from your ears and just relax them. You can start to close your eyes to really help you focus in here. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, pulling the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breaths here. So nice deep breaths, opening up that chest, exhaling everything out and away. So pushing all of those cares and worries away from us here. That is out of our space for this next little bit of time together. Inhaling, open up that chest, sit up tall, and exhale out. From here, you can place your hands on your rib cage. Start to feel that breath come in as you inhale, opening up that rib cage to the side, and then exhaling out, feeling your stomach expand. Inhale, rise tall. Feel that rib cage open. And exhale it all out, nice and slow and controlled. But feeling that power, feeling that control in our center. Inhale strong. And exhale out. One more time, nice and deep here. Inhaling. And then exhale it all out. Go ahead, you can gently place your hands back on your side, still sitting up tall here. Nice deep breath in, and then exhale. Go ahead, slowly drop one ear down to one shoulder. We're just gonna hold it here for a few seconds. So really relaxing those shoulders to open up that space in the side of our neck here. So getting a nice deep stretch as we hold it, seeing if each exhale we can allow our head to get a little bit heavier and sink a little bit deeper into this next stretch. So nice deep breath, still sitting up tall, keeping that upper body relaxed. Just allow that head to fall heavy down to your shoulder. One more deep breath here. And then when you're ready, slowly roll your head back up to center. Again, inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, we're gonna slowly drop that ear to the opposite shoulder. So whichever side we didn't do the first time, That's the side we're going to be working with here. So again, relax those shoulders, release all of that tension that we like to carry up in there, and just allow that head to get super heavy, fall down, let gravity work on our neck and on that part near our shoulder. So nice deep breaths. Again, we'll be holding this for a little bit to really allow ourselves to sink deeper here. Nice deep breaths. Awesome. Go ahead and take 2 more inhales and exhales on this side. Nice and deep. And then again, when you're ready, slowly roll it on up to center. Sitting up tall, we're going to inhale those arms up. Reach tall here, and then go ahead, straighten your legs out in front. We're going to exhale, forward fold, reach for those toes, and again, allow your head and your neck to fall heavy down towards your chest. So we want to release that tension in our neck here. And as we let our head fall, you're going to feel that stretch running all the way down our spine and even down towards our tailbone and into our hips. So allowing this stretch to run all the way down our spine here. Nice and deep. Go ahead, slowly walk your hands, lifting yourself back up to center, back to a seated position. Inhale, reach those arms, gaze up towards your hands. And exhale, slowly reach for those toes, forward fold all the way down. Once you're down again, let that head and that neck fall. Stretch out that spine. Nice deep breaths. Allow those exhales to bring you a little bit closer to the earth. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll it on up back to that seated position. This time we're going to open our arms into a T position to the side, relax those shoulders down and away. From here, go ahead, exhale, drop one hand down to the ground, reach that other arm up and over, stretch out those sides. Make your way back to that T position, and then exhale, drop that other hand, reach all the way up and over. So nice deep side stretch here. Come back to that T, back to center. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Back to that first side. We'll do this a couple more times on each side. So meet me back in center. Keep those shoulders down. Drop that hand to the floor. Reach up and over. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bend that arm that's on the ground to bring you closer to the earth here. Back to center one more time to each side. Drop that hand, reach up and over. Really reach those fingertips towards the side of the room to get a super deep stretch on our side. Last time on the other side, back to center. Drop that hand, reach it on over. Awesome. Meet me back in center, find that T position. This time we're gonna open our legs into kind of a V shape. Sitting up tall, start to engage your core, and we're gonna turn our right hand to reach for our left foot. So using that core to draw you down towards that leg, and then engage that center. Use your core to lift you back up to that seated position. We're gonna switch sides. So left hand turns, reach for that right foot. Bring that forehead close to your leg, as far as you can stretch here. And then engage those core muscles to rise you back up to center. Inhale, and exhale back to that first side. Nice deep stretch down the back of our leg and down our spine. Inhale, rise up, sit tall. Exhale, reach to the other side. So you can start going through these at the pace of your own breath. So inhaling to rise up, and then exhaling to lower down. But take your time with this. Allow your breath to slow down and deepen here, so you're getting a full stretch. And make sure you're really engaging that core as you lift and lower. So not letting gravity or the momentum of our body to pull us up or down. Really focusing on warming up those core muscles to power this motion here. Keeping that back nice and flat through everything that we're doing. So shoulders stay down, relaxed, head is up tall, neck is in line with that spine. And try to keep those legs on the ground. So sometimes when we overstretch, we want to lift up, bend our knees a little bit, but keep them glued down to the ground. One more time to each side here. Really stretching it on out. Come back up to center. Last time to that side. Exhale. And then go ahead, meet me back in center. This time we're gonna slowly roll it down, laying flat onto our mat here. You can keep your arms out in a T position and legs can stay in that V shape. This time we're gonna use our core to peel us up off the mat, and then same thing, reach, opposite hand to opposite foot, lift back up, and lower all the way down. So really using that core to slowly peel you up off the mat. Reach opposite hand to opposite foot, and then slowly make your way back to that ground position. Nice and slow here. So think about peeling that vertebrae up off the mat 1 centimeter at a time. Use that core to lift you up and lower you nice and slow to the ground. Again, keep those legs on that ground the entire time. Really use that core to press those legs into the earth. We'll go ahead and do one more to each side, wherever you are here. Think about getting a deeper stretch in those legs on this last one. Nice deep breaths. And roll it up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, reach. Coming back up. Last time on this last side here. Find that control. Roll it on up. And exhale down. We're going to make our way back into that position on the ground here. Go ahead, bring your legs together, and we can place our arms by our sides if that's more comfortable for you. From here, we're going to focus on pressing our lower back into the mat here. So go ahead, curve your back up so that you can place your hands in that gap between your back and the floor. And then from here, go ahead, tuck your hips and engage your core so you're pressing your lower back into the ground and try to remove that space. So press your lower back into the mat so it's pressing against your hands. Remove your hands so that your lower back is touching the mat. So there shouldn't be really any space in between your back and the mat here. And see how that feels with your core. So feel how you're engaging your core muscles just by pressing your back into the mat. So this is the position that we want to be staying in whenever we're doing movements on our back here. So from here, we're going to draw our knees up into a tabletop position. And nice and gently, again, keeping that back pressed into the mat here, we're just gonna slowly lower one leg down and then lift it back up and switch. Lower the other leg down and slowly pull it back up to center. Drop that leg down and rise it up. Awesome, you guys got it. Again, keep that back pressed into the mat and make sure you're really breathing through. So you want to be using that breath and that center together to power through all of these movements. So being very mindful of what we're doing with our body. A really big part of Pilates is that mind-body connection. So we're never doing a movement without thinking about it. Thinking about exactly what muscles we're working, what parts of our body we feel this movement work. Awesome. Go ahead, finish up one more on each side. Again, really press that lower back into the mat here. Find both legs back at center, and we're gonna hug our knees into our chest. And you can kind of roll side to side here to stretch out that lower back. Awesome. Go ahead, find those legs back into that tabletop position. This time, we're gonna practice dropping both legs down to the ground and then pulling both of them up. Nice and slow and controlled here. Slowly drop both down to the ground and then lift them back up. Awesome. Lower down and then rise up. On this next one, we're gonna lower our legs down to the ground, and then when we lift them up, we're gonna lift them straight up in the air. Bring them back to that tabletop position, lower them down, and then slowly bring them up, straighten those legs into the air here. You guys got it. So holding this movement, keep that lower back glued to that mat. Rise those legs tall. Awesome, lower down. And lift up. This time we're gonna add something else. So we're gonna lower those legs to that tabletop position, lower them down so that our heels are hovering over the mat, and then we're gonna straighten them in front, draw them back, and then lift them back to tabletop and straighten them up in the air. So a bunch of different movements here. So find your way back to tabletop. Slowly lower those heels down towards the ground till they're hovering, and then straighten them, draw them back, and then lift them to tabletop, and then up to that straight leg position. So following this pattern here, still feeling that lower back pressed into the mat, but adding that challenge, straightening those legs. And again, if you're starting to feel a little bit of discomfort in that lower back area, you can take out some of the straight leg options here, go back to some of those first moves that we were doing. Awesome, a few more like this. Nice and slow and controlled. Allow that breath to guide you through. We'll do one more here. Press those legs out in front. Draw them back in. And lift your legs up. Go ahead, drop your legs down towards the ground. And then we're gonna heel toe them apart. Go ahead, drop both knees down to one side, just to kind of stretch out those legs and those hips a little bit. And then slowly roll them back up to center here and allow them to fall gently towards the opposite side. This gives you a gentle little twist in your spine as well. So stretching it out, and again, allow gravity to pull those legs towards the ground here. Nice deep breaths. Awesome. Go ahead, bring those legs back to center. We're gonna reach both legs straight up overhead. Our arms are gonna come out into that T shape that we saw at the beginning of class. And then same concept, reach opposite hand up to opposite foot, lower down, switch sides. Reaching up tall, lower down, and switch. Awesome. So really thinking about lifting those shoulders up off the mat here. So we're not just trying to reach our arms towards our toes. You really want to peel that upper body up off of that mat. So seeing if we can get a little bit higher each time that we lift off here. Reach for those toes. Awesome. One more on each side like this. And then on this next one, reach for those toes. We're gonna hold, and we're gonna do tiny 1-inch pulses. So extra little reach for those toes here. Reaching tall. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to those regular reaches. So alternating sides. Just a few more like this. And then again, one more to each side. We're gonna hold it up on this next one. So whichever side you didn't do the first time, hold tall and tiny 1-inch reaches. So pulsing towards those toes. Think about getting a little bit more of that upper body up off of that mat here. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to alternating sides just to finish it out, to make our bodies feel a little bit more equalized. So if we can still reach just as tall as we were with those pulses. One more to each side here, and then we'll be finished with this movement. Last one. And then from here, hands come down to our sides. We're gonna slowly lower both legs down towards the ground. Hold at a hover for 4, 3, 2, and lift those legs back up. Once again, lower down nice and slow. Hold those legs at a hover. This time we're gonna drop one foot towards the ground, lift it up, switch sides, lift it up, back to that first side, drop it down, and to that second side. Find that hover, slowly lift it back up. We'll do this a couple more times. So slowly roll those legs down towards the ground, keep that lower back pressed into the mat, hover those legs, drop one foot, lift it up, other leg drops down, slowly bring it up, back to that first side. Think about drawing a straight line with those toes. Last time on that other side, back to center, slowly bring it back up here. We'll do one more of these. So lower down, press that lower back into the mat here, find that control. Hold those legs, Right leg lowers down. Guide it back to center. Left leg lowers. Back to center. Last time, right side. And last time, left. Hold those legs on a hover. And slowly lift them back up. Go ahead, hug your knees into your chest here. Roll out that lower back. And then go ahead, straighten your legs out in front, and you can reach your arms up overhead into a full body stretch. So nice deep breaths here to stretch it on out. And then from here, take a nice deep breath. And we're gonna start to lift our hands slowly up overhead. From here, we're gonna peel our head, neck, and shoulders nice and slow up. And then allow your spine to follow. Nice and slow, reach tall up the center. And then slowly reach for those toes. And then forward fold all the way down. Exhale here. Nice deep stretch. When you're ready, slowly rise it back on up. Use that core to lift you tall. Inhale up. And then exhale, keeping that back flat. We're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time. Remember, keep those legs glued to that mat. Just like we saw in that warm-up today. Lower down. Reach those arms up overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, start to draw those arms up overhead. Peel that upper body. Nice and slow. Reach tall here, inhale, and exhale, forward fold, reach for those toes, stretch out the backs of those legs. Again, when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll it back on up. Inhale at the top, and then exhale. One vertebrae goes down at a time. Find that control. Use that core to slow down this movement. Arms reach up last. And then we'll repeat this. So moving into these Pilates roll-ups, start to take them at your own pace if you haven't already. So you can lose my tempo. Feeling the movement of your own breath. And if you need more time to stretch in one area, feel free to take the time that you need wherever you are. So if you want to hold that forward fold a little bit longer, you can, but still making sure we're really slowing it down with the movements. There's no need to rush through this move here. Let's go ahead and do 2 more all the way through. Again, follow your own pace. See if maybe we can make these last 2 even slower than the other ones. So really challenge yourself to focus in on the movement and on that control. Still feeling that spine lengthen. Awesome. Finishing up on this last one. You can meet me up in a seated position. But again, take your time to get there. So wherever you are, inhale up. And again, if you want to hold that stretch on those legs a little bit longer, feel free. But then wherever you are, slowly roll it on up. Find your way into that seated position at the top. From here, we're gonna place our hands, fingertips pointed forwards, back behind our hips, bend those legs, and we're gonna sink back, rising those legs so that they're parallel with the ground. Keep that spine lengthened here, neck is in line with that spine, nice and flat back. And then option when you're ready, if you wanna reach your arms out to this side, you can, but feel free to keep your hands in that assist. So in this boat pose, we're gonna lower down into a low boat and then come back up. So lower down, press those legs forward, and then lift back up. Lower down slow, and rise back up. So again, all about that control. There's no need to speed through this. It's gonna be a little bit more challenging when we take it slower. Lift back up. Try to make this one even slower than the last ones. Press out, slow hold, and slowly lift it on up. Let's do 2 more like this. You guys got it. Again, if you want your hands resting on the mat, you can. Rise back up. Last time. Let's see if we can make it even slower. So slowly roll it out into low boat, hovering over that mat for 3, 2, slowly roll it on up to that high boat. Go ahead, bring your knees into your chest, roll it forward. I know that was challenging, so go ahead, take some nice deep breaths, stretch out that spine, roll side to side, whatever feels good for you right here. From here, we're gonna again place those hands on the mat behind us, fingertips pointing forward, plant your feet flat on the mat, hip width apart. We're gonna press up into our heels and into our hands, so we're in a reverse tabletop position. So here, you can keep your gaze up towards the ceiling so that your neck is in line with your spine. And we're really gonna think about keeping those hips up. So whatever you do, don't let those hips drop to the ground. We're gonna be tempted to wanna do that through this movement, but keep those hips up. From here, elbows point to the back of the room, keep those hips up, and just bend those elbows down, rise on up. So lowering down slow into tricep dips, and lift it on up. Keep those hips up. So think about squeezing those glutes the entire time. That's gonna help keep those hips from falling down. So think about engaging those glutes the whole time. We'll do 2 more like this. Keep that neck away from those shoulders. So pressing up, press those shoulders away from that neck. Go ahead, slowly lower your hips down towards the mat. We're gonna hug our hands around our legs for a little bit of a stretch here. We're gonna do that a couple more times. So now that we've seen it, hands come back, press into the mat, hips rise up. This time, we're gonna pick our right leg up off that mat. Keep those hips up, lower down slow, lift back up. We're just gonna do 3 more like this. Lower down slow, rise up, and really press that heel into the mat as we do this. You just have 1 more like this. Hold that reverse tabletop position. This time, we're gonna bend that leg down and then lift it back up. Bend it down and lift it back up. So this is gonna start to work that standing glute. Lift back up. 4 more like this. You guys got it. Keep that core engaged. Just 2 more. Nice and slow and controlled. Last one here. And go ahead, slowly drop that foot down onto the mat, and then slowly lower those hips down. Reach your hands around. Awesome job, you guys. Nice deep breaths. So we did it on the right side. That means we have to repeat it on the left. So find your hands back into that reverse tabletop. Press into the mat, lift up those hips. This time that left leg rises up. And we've got 4 tricep dips on this side. Remember, take your time with this. Keep those hips up so our core and our glutes are engaged. Last one here. And rise up, press those shoulders away from your neck. Bend that foot down and rise it up. Keep those hips lifted. I know mine are starting to sink too, so we all gotta focus on pressing those hips up. Lower down. 3 more. Press that heel into the mat here. Last 2. And last one. Go ahead, plant both feet into the mat. Extra challenge here to even it out. We're gonna place both feet straight out in front into a reverse plank, holding strong. We'll be here just for 8. Nice deep breaths. Keep that core engaged. Keep those hips up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly roll it all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward. Reach for those toes, relax the shoulders and the upper body, your head and your neck down towards your legs. Stretch it on out here. Awesome. All right. So from here, go ahead and rise it on up. We're gonna lift our legs so that they're up on the mat. Once again, arms come out to the side. And this time, we're gonna just gently lean back and rise up. So reach back, rise up, giving those arms a bit of a break here. But feeling that core, starting to warm it back up. Awesome. And then on this next one, hold back. So hold back as far as you can. Feeling that core engage, maybe sinking back an inch further into that mat here. And then we're gonna raise those legs up into the air. You can bring your hands to your side, and we're gonna reach our hands to each side, keeping those legs lifted. So into kind of a slow Russian twist. Awesome job, you guys got it. Feel that breath with this movement. We'll do 3 more to each side. Last 2. And last one to each side. Hold strong. Go ahead, hug your knees into your chest. You can cross your legs and kind of just lean forward here to stretch out those hips and allow that spine to relax. And then from here, we're gonna roll those knees over onto the mat, finding your way into a tabletop position. Shoulders stacked right over those wrists. Hips are square with the ground. From here, we're gonna curl those toes under and then press into the mat, hovering those knees right above the mat, so into this panther pose here. Still keeping that gaze down towards the ground. Our back is nice and flat. That neck is in line with that spine. Press those shoulders out. So press those hands into the mat so that we're not sinking our neck into our shoulders. We want to press up and away. Hovering those legs over that mat. We're going to feel those quads start to heat on up here. And then from here, we're going to step our feet back into a plank. Option if you want to come down to your knees or your elbows, you can. You won't be here for long. Just for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, drop those knees to the ground. Big toes come together. Press back into a child's pose position. Stretch out those shoulders. Feel free to roll out those wrists. Nice deep breaths. Go ahead, rise back on up. This time we're going to go right into our plank. So curl those toes under, rise on up, find that plank position, whichever works best for you. Option for this plank is to slowly lift one foot off the ground at a time. So rising it up. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and hold one leg up and then switch. Feeling those glutes engage, feeling those hamstrings. Keep those cores tight. We are almost through here. If you're doing those leg lifts, we'll do a couple more to each side. And wherever you are, nice deep breath in, and then exhale, shoot those hips behind you into a down dog position. From here, we're gonna keep our cores nice and tight. We wanna keep our hips as still as possible, but we're gonna start to walk our hands back towards our feet. Again, try to prevent those hips from moving side to side. We're gonna roll it up nice and slow. One vertebrae comes up at a time. Inhale those arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Again, start to engage that core. We're gonna walk our hands back to that plank. Try not to sway those hips side to side. Find your way back to a plank. And then from here, option to hold this plank. You can go down to your knees if you want, but extra challenge to come down into a push-up, pressing back up strong, and then shoot those hips behind you into down dog. Start to walk those hands back towards that feet. Keep those hips still. Roll up nice and slow, and you can still engage that core to rise you up to that standing position. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Walk those hands out into that plank. And then again, here come those options. Hold plank, take a push-up. If you want to do extra push-ups, or if you want to hold one leg up in the air, you can. And then switch sides on the next one. Press back into down dog. And then walk it back up. So you can start, again, flowing through these at your own pace. We'll do a few more, but you can lose my tempo. And remember those different options. Challenge yourself today with the movements. This is our last thing that we'll be doing today. I always like to finish with Pilates push-ups because I feel like it gives us a challenging thing to end with. I know push-ups aren't everyone's favorite, but they're really good for us. It's really great to be good at body weight exercises. Press those hips back. And we'll go ahead and just finish up with one more here. So make this your best one of the day. If you haven't taken one of those challenge options, maybe now you want to try it out. So this is your chance to try out those push-ups. Maybe add some extra ones if you want. Lowering down slow. Lifting up, find that strength. And then exhale those hips back. Make your way into a forward fold. And then when you get to that forward fold, we're just gonna hold it. So we're not gonna roll up all the way, but just holding here. And then from here, we're gonna heel toe our feet out so they're wider than hip distance. And then go ahead, fold forward once again, stretch it on out. Nice deep breaths, let that head and that neck hang down. And then go ahead, walk your hands over to one leg to get a deeper stretch down that one side. And then walk your hands back through center over to that other side. Again, deeper stretch on that one side here. Awesome. Go ahead and make your way back to center. This time we're going to plant our right arm on the mat. Open that left arm up. Stretch out the spine. Place that hand back down. This time open the right arm up. Stretching out the other side. And then go ahead, place it down. We're going to roll up halfway. Plant those hands right above your knees, squatting down here, kind of opening up those hips. And then we're going to drop one shoulder to the center. Gaze goes behind that back shoulder. Find your way back to center. Open up those hips again. And then switch sides. So stretching out that spine here. Make your way back to center. We'll plant our hands back onto the ground just so we can heel toe our feet together. And then one more chance to stretch out the backs of those legs here. So if you like to walk it forward a little bit or backwards, maybe you like to grab the backs of your legs or the bottoms of your toes. Just do whatever makes you feel good. You can just grab your arms and hang here for a little bit. Then go ahead and roll it on up, nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. Take some shoulder rolls when we get to the top here. And then we'll finish up with some arm stretches. So reach one arm across your chest, grab it with the other above or below the elbows, but not on your elbows. And then I know some people like to gently lower their neck away from that shoulder. Get a deeper stretch. But nice deep breaths, relax the upper body here to get a deeper stretch in those shoulders. Go ahead, shake it on out. We'll switch sides here. So reach the other one across your chest, grabbing it again above or below the elbows, and allowing that breath to slow down here and really help deepen these stretches. Awesome. Shake it on out. Last stretch. We're going to reach one arm up, bend at the elbow, and then grab that elbow, give it a little bit of a pull. Try to keep your chin up off your chest. This is going to stretch out those triceps. So we did do a pretty challenging little tricep section today. So making sure we're stretching out those muscles here. Awesome. Go ahead, switch sides. Other arm reaches up. Grab that arm, the elbow. Awesome. I said that was the last stretch, but we'll do one more just to stretch out our upper back and our chest. So bring your arms to the center and then reach them forward. Curve that spine back and tuck your chin in towards your chest, stretching out that spine. And then slowly lift it on up. Reach those hands behind you and then grab those hands and bring those shoulder blades together, squeeze them together, open up that chest. If it feels good, you can gaze up towards the sky, stretching out those muscles here. Go ahead, shake it on out. We'll finish up with one big inhale and exhale, so feet come wide, squatting down, inhale up, and exhale, shake it on out. Awesome job, you guys. I know that was a little bit more challenging than I usually try to do, but you guys killed it. I'm really glad you took the time to work out with me today. Again, my name is Morgan. I'm with Penn State Campus Recreation Fitness and Wellness. Make sure that you guys are taking care of your body during this time and you're all staying positive, but make sure you're keeping, make sure you're checking back in to see all the other workouts that we are providing you guys with, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys soon. Bye guys.